Scary Halloween from all hand students. Today I will show you a lesson on creating a Halloween version of your character that you drew in our course. This tutorial is about that we can do with our texture next. In my practice of creating textures from games, it also required to create several colors options from the same character. This is done to diversify the in-game content by spending the least amount of the resource. This allows you to make the game world more interesting. Our job will be to change the colors of the model in Photoshop and finish drawing a couple of interesting individual details. I suggest you repeat after me step by step and make a version of the girl in the style of Beetlejuice. You can also draw something cover you on, change hairstyle, makeup, or make a cameo of your favorite scary character. I started by creating a reference for myself in Photoshop. This way it will be easier for me to orient myself in color and what I want to draw. I advise you to always use reference too. Here you can see how I apply blue color to the details that I want to change in Photoshop. This way I will orient myself faster on the UV map in Photoshop. I mark the right strands of hair that I want to make white. I also mark where the stripes will be on the clothes, where I want to draw makeup on her face. I switch to Photoshop and start working. I select and copy the pieces, then I change the color of them. The first thing I will change is hair color. To open the color panel, press the Ctrl U. To access the color balance panel, press the Ctrl P button. I often switch between Photoshop and Quad to see how the colors look together. I am playing with color balance. I make the shadow colder. Here I adjust the tone brightness. I copied the green layer and made the color layer mode, and I change the tone contrast setting on the bottom layer. Then I play with its transparency to achieve the result that I need. I do everything else the same way. Now I will copy the blouse layer and I'm changing the color to purple. I created a layer with a dark cloth. I repaired this piece in a gray purple color. I never use pure gray because it looks too boring and unnatural. Now you need to create a light color. I also don't make it pure white. These are light yellow colors, not too bright. Don't use pure white in your work. It angers the dead. Now I'm highlighting the stripes to cover up the excess with the mask. To see the result in a quad, you need to combine a layer with the mask and a regular layer to apply the mask. Because this Photoshop function doesn't not work in the quad. I copying this golden stripe and making it green. I copy the enter skin and lower the color saturation. Then I copy the skin layer again and make it purple. I will use this layer to create purple makeup. I also do this using a mask. Here I adjust the makeup color more precisely. Using this method of changing makeup, you can change the values very quickly. I also want to point out that I work with large shapes. I'm not really interested in what the small details look like. I will fix my makeup and some mistake at the very end. To make the white color you need to try a little bit. It doesn't always work out well. Here I made a white color using a layer with a gray purple color in the mode color, and I also played with the exposure setting of the lowest layer here. I draw a tie. I spent a little bit too much time with it because I didn't use a reference. Well, it's good that you will have a reference in the form of my work. You'll do it faster. I think I'm done with the peak shapes, and now I carefully finishing my makeup. And I also add how to nose makeup. It looks very beautiful in styling. It looks good when you create such an owl on a surface that doesn't seem to need to add the owl. I will add the same owl shadows to the stripes of clothing. In the end, I add a couple of interesting colors to the fabric surface. Some green ectoplasm. It seems now our girl looks scary enough to get a couple of pound candies for Halloween. I added some light spots to the white fabric to make it more voluminous. And then I make something like holes in the fabric. And finally we're done. I am really looking forward to watching your Halloween characters.